Top morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What if Deku was the Lord of the Nomus. It also, so in this What If, will also teaches you not to overdo the prank stuff. That's spelled with Pank. Pranking stuff. So, let's jump right into the what if. And yes, I am adding zooming to this what if, so yes. So now let's get things rolling. So Zuko and Zumi been born. And yeah. Zuko was born with powers of infinity and zero. That doesn't mean that he wasn't born quirkless. He was born with 2.5. It was 9.5 bazillion quirks inside of his body. That's enough because normally the nomus have that, like, put quirks inside of a dead body. But Zuko was born with it, so, yeah. Plus, one of the quirks that he has is called nomu creation. So he can create nomus out of thin air. All these guys that you see on your screen, like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and all these would been, like, from him. So now, yeah. So time skip to, like, past 4 years old. So before the time skip to, like, 4 years old thing, or Zuko had friends that care about him, Bakugo and Ochako, and he had not a secret crush, but someone actually has. It's supposed to be the other way around. Someone actually fell in love with the Zuko, and it's Momo. Yeah. So, and then after age of 4, they got, so the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has quirk, and she can become a hero and all that stuff. And because Zuko was quirks, he doesn't know what to do with Zuko's quirks. So he ends up telling or lying to Zuko that he doesn't have quirks. So then, yeah. So then after that, everyone picks on him. So like Ochako and Paco, like they actually wanted to like prank him anyway. So they're like basically dating each other's, like pretends to date each other's. And then, yeah. Well, Zuko's like his own parents abandoned him. His sister hates him. As he had so many personalities inside of his head too. That even so they gave him the poor caring. Like basically they didn't care about him. So what does he do? He leaves the Japanese, or he actually left his hometown so that as he finds a cave, a really deep, dark cave. He went into it. And so Zuko his voices got louder and louder. As his quirk his quirks ends up basically so his first nomu that he actually created accidentally was a nomu that looks like the USJ nomu. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, let's go over to My Hero Academia USJ. Oh wait, why? USJ no moo. This guy. So Zuko's created him as the nomus, or so. So the quirks that basically Zuko has that creates nomus. The nomus part, they actually care about the Zuko. So, so like they go in and they try to help him through this, as like through so much pain. mean, so, yeah. And so then when he... So then no one knew where he went. As he... Because how much pain he's going through. Yeah. As he was like that alternate version of the guy that I forget his name. Jojo, I think. Where so a time skip. During the time skip, Zuko's used his quirk and more. He created these monsters, like all of them. And some of them looked like his friends, some looked like the pro heroes. Like, some of them looked like, so, Ochako's, was his nomu form. Dobby's is Eraserhead's, the Brain Dudes' and Jiro's, and like many others. And then, as he's suffering from, he doesn't know who he is, so he's letting many of his emotions things out. So he made a kingdom, or castle, or no, kingdom that was, or like basically his own head, so that he can basically recuperate from his own, like gathering up his own thoughts. So, yeah. Time skip to All Might versus All for One. As All for One kidnaps Zumi, and like, he wasn't in the mood for fighting All Might because as he does tell Zumi that, and as he tells All for One tells Zumi that that you're weaker than your own brother. What do you mean? If he shows up, or should I say they show up, then your own. So then All Might was down, but not like injured. He just got knocked out. As he says, I won't kill ya. So, yeah, All Might did a sneak attack on him. So then So he tells the pro heroes that he's not there, or he's not gonna fight All Might and all of them, but instead trying to help them. From what? You created those nomus to constantly attack us. Oh, they're not my nomus. As All for One says, they're not my nomus. They're his. As they're like, what do you mean his? As he points to Zumi's brother, Zuku Midoriya's nomus. As they're wondering, what does he mean by that? As a demonic form of Eraserheads, his nomu says, it's true. Our Lord created us from his quirks. So now, but he's in a painful state that even as a bat and a Nomu that looks like Jiro, who used her powers to so as Momo could see, or when she heard that her boyfriend is conjuring up all these nomus, as they look up, or the students, pro heroes, and citizens looks up, as they see storm clouds forming. And they aren't normally, it wasn't normally storm clouds. They were purple thunder strikes. Yeah. So, purple thunder strikes were, as they look at Zuko's, or they see destruction, as All for One says, it's happening. What is? When your or as he looks at Zumi, your brother's quirks are manifesting faster than and it's causing, and using it, all this is causing us to buy your brother. So, yeah. So they said, okay, this one time, you'll help us with it. So then they looked around, or they even see on the news that is the half of the world was consumed by this string, or this is what the news people said. Half of the world, 50% of the world, is consumed by this weird cloud-shaped thing. And As pro heroes, villains were like trying to figure out what's going on with it. So Zuko was just laying in his own bed, and as he's trying to hugs himself, laying a rock, or as he's so much in pain that even no one knew about it. As everybody calls, or so all of his personalities were, they, they there's both sides. Like, he has a same amount of personalities of, like, or his personalities are numbers of the quirks, or same numbers of what he has for quirks. 9.5 bazillion personalities inside of his head. Half of them were blaming him, or like had negative emotions, like calling him the failure and all that stuff. So, and the other half is complimenting him as it's tearing him to parts. He's too unstable for it. So, yeah, we need to stable his, because if he doesn't, sorry, my back is, I was itching my back, so, yeah, so, basically, Zuko's pretty powerful, so, the pro heroes look for trying to figure out what to do, but Zumi had this, like, or actually Zumi, and so Isashi says, he said he left the, as they checked the, how many boats that were left, and they tracked the location to the cave, as they had multiple nomus attacks. Like, there was one that looked like Mina, and the Dobby. I mean, as Dobby looks at the Nomu version of himself, as he's like, oh, that's creepy. So, as many Nomus were ambushed, or actually were attacking, or so they were defending their homes and protecting Zuko from his own friends. As Zuko's pain worsened over time, as the Nomus, or so before, so all for one So the quirk doctor gave the a serum to cure Zuko's from like it's a pain thing. So the yeah, as they see him curled up into a ball, was like they could see why. As some of them went right past the nomus, and they see him him in so much pain, as tears coming down his face. As they as Momo and Ochako ran right behind or actually went right past the nomus that were distracted by the heroes, as they could see how much pain as is basically his skin is like basically cracking as blood dripping from his arms and legs, as it was horrifying. And you know how like kind of like that yeah, as everybody or Momo walks up closer, and she got or she hugs Zuko. And Ochako cares about him. He doesn't want to see Zuko in pain. So then they eject the serum into his body, as the quirks, they thought all of the quirks got removed, but they did something something that no other quirks could ever done before. They all merged to create a power hour, and his personalities, Izuku dies right there and then there. That's what they thought. As the nomus, they all got obliterated except for one. And that one was the original Nomu that he first created. As he walks over, picks Zuku's lifeless body up. As he goes to the cave, or he lays or puts him on the bed with his eyes closed, or Zuko's eyes closed, as they were, yeah, as Zuko's as so the Nomu, or actually Zuko did something that was never seen before. So the bed was on top of a this weird chemical that was it's like the Lazarus pit, but more of a um, like basically the similar to what it's similar to Lazarus pit, but the it can be brought back, or a person's memories and personality. His original personality. So when they dunked him into the and and the is his wounds, like the ones that you like see. Oh, nope, I don't wanna like that one. All disappeared as you see him as he came back to life. He as a you know how like Wolverine he like basically came out of the water with like his blades out. Well, Zuko came back alive as he wakes up. As his body actually did evolve. Oh, yeah. So the original Nomu tells the All for One that and All Might that this pit of like chemical or pool of chemical is allows the user to basically merge merge the or to heal his pains, or anyone that goes into its pains healed physically, mentally. So All Might's like, oh, but what cost? The it doesn't have a downside to it. It has an upside. Basically reverses the person's age. So yeah, as All Might ain't. So Zuko came out on out as yeah. So this was he before, and then the yeah. So this is him before, and then this is him after. So yeah. So then the Nomu looks over and grabs All Might and dunks him into it, or into that chemical. All as all the so his so All for One's or no, so the All Might's organ things, the one that like was crushed by All for One. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. All Might eats injury. Yeah, this one right here, like that was before he went in, and so then after the injury, or after he dunked himself into the pool, All Might's entire body, as it, like basically, All Might's entire side went back to like before. So like basically, All Might was now in his prime. All Might. So without, because the injury was gone, as it like restored it to its before state. Yeah. So we went, or so he went from having the wound ding to having the to being back into his prime. But his body did it de-aged a lot. So he's more younger and a lot more. He can use his powers more times. So yeah, All for One was like, man. Yeah. So when Zuko was as he's as Momo hugs him, and so does Ochako, tells him that, or so they tell him that they're sorry for. We didn't know that you were in so much pain. I mean, as he didn't tell them that he was in pain, so yeah. So then yeah. So his new powers, his quirks that turned into, is called Lord of the nomus power. And he has powers of infinity and zero with it. So, yeah. He can create nomus to aid him in battle, offense or defense. As the nomu that he first created when he used his quirk is still around. So he hugs Zuko, or actually puts Zuko on top of his shoulder. Like basically, yeah. So, so Momo, whom was like, looks at Ochako, or so Momo, who did tell Zuko that the, because she actually had a huge crush on him. So what does she do? She basically tell told him that he, yeah, and he won't like mistreat him as like what, yeah. Now when I'm doing this what if, the I have this like this song stuck in my head about the basically I forget the name of it, but it's, or maybe I just like do remember it. It's just the like, it's about the song where a one girl wanted the guy more than the other girl because the other girl, I'm trying to remember the song. I might have, if I do remember it, I'll put it in the description, so go check it out. So if I do remember it, but if not, that's okay. So yeah, so Momo ends up marrying to Zuko. Ochako gets married to Bakugo. And I just figured out the Ochako's neck piece thing. The one that, like, during the scene where all the pro or all might stuff. Because I think Ochako is dating Tenya Ida. I think. If that's 100% confirmed, that would be funny to do. So, yeah. But in this what if universe, she got married to Bakugo, but she still loves Zuko and cares about him. So yeah. So Momo and Zuko got married and had two kids, and the the nomus, it was basically were like taking good care of him or good care of the kids, and like not like eating them alive, or yeah, not that stuff. As the, yeah, so during like the hard days that were, yeah, so he does become a pro hero during the time skip thing. And plus, during all that time, Overhaul thing was about to kill Zumi as the Zuko isn't fast enough, as he's had a tear going down his face as a giant sized bat that came out of Zuko's body, like through the ears, as it was the Jiro bat, basically this one that you see on the screen. Yeah. And the snake one, but this time it was bigger than a building. So, yeah. So it like grabbed basically the overhauls his arm before, as he wraps around as the bat grabs Zumi and Ares, and like flies them back to safety, and as everybody's surprised about that. They all thought all of his quirks were disappeared. As the Nomu that was still alive and still around tells them that they weren't destroyed. They actually merged together to creating the power that is called Lord of the Nomus. So he's still, but but I thank you for like getting rid of his multiple personalities thing, actually. So then, so now he is in control of his own powers. So he learns how to control. So he used a small version of the storm thing. He could conjure it up again. But this time he's in control of it. Not the alternate personalities controlling it. Yeah. So, this is going to be the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, and But if you guys want me to do redo of this as What If, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and have a good night or day, depends on the time zones. Peace out.